2, 3.
Win!
The alley-oop!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the senior day of the St. Martin's women's volleyball team here. This is Saturday, November 11th. It is a great day for a great volleyball match, and we're going to have that coming up very shortly. But before we get to that, we have plenty of pregame festivities to get to, starting with the senior day ceremony. We're lucky enough we're going to take you to our remote camera courtside, so those of you, especially family and friends, that cannot make it, will be able to somewhat experience it like you're in the stadium. So we'll send you down to that courtside camera in about a minute and a half here for the start of the senior day ceremonies. We also have a color guard as part of our Veterans Day ceremony, and today is the Feast of St. Martin's, the patron saint of St. Martin's University, obviously. And so we have some celebrations involved with that as well. We're excited to take you all through it, but until we get to the volleyball, I'll be off the air and just let you feel like you're in the stadium for the next few minutes or so. We thank you for tuning in to the Saints Digital Network. Again, in about a minute, the senior day ceremonies are going to start here from Marcus Pavilion. That is what the festivities that will be happening will be. We'll have Western Washington versus St. Martin's coming right up. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Saints Digital Network.
Volleyball reached their highest win total, 16 wins, 19 in GNAC play, in program history. We would like to honor them for their hard work and dedication at this time. Our first senior is Carla Soto. Our first senior will go down as one of the best setters in SMU volleyball history. Despite this only being her second year, she has quickly risen to third place on the all-time assist list with 1,854, and is in first place in program history with an average of 9.76 assists per set. She is also currently tied for first place in program history with 101 aces, and her 0.53 aces per set is far and away the program record. This season, she is the top setter in the GNAC with 930 assists and 10.45 per set. After graduation, she plans on getting a job in the tech field and pursuing her dream of working at a big tech company. Joined by her parents Carlos and Mary and her uncle Ivan Cerna, of computer science majors from Nogales, Mexico. Number 3 is Carla Soto. Our second senior is Ashley Tuliana. She joined this year to transfer on her third day during her first career start at St. Martin's, helping SMU to a 3-1 victory over Simon Fraser University. The first victory over the Red Leagues in 6 years. In that contest, she had 4 kills and 2 blocks. After graduation, she plans to pursue a job with the state and community development. Joined by her aunt, uncles, and brothers, including Celia, Adonis, Logan, Matthew, Kingsley, and Kingslyn, a cultural anthropology and sociology major from Carson, California. Number 6 is Ashley Tuliana. Our third senior is Maddie Gooding. She has played with the middle block on 265 stats and 81 total matches for the Saints. Despite not getting the full number of games as a freshman due to COVID, she has skyrocketed in the SMU rocker books thanks to her 194 blocks, which is 7th all time, and her 171 block assists, which is also 7th. Her 86 service aces have her tied for 3rd place in program history. After graduation, she's planning to pursue a career in property management and moving out near Seattle. Ideally wanting to take time to do some travel before getting into her career. Joined by her parents, Kim and Barry, her sister Emily, and her grandma, Roberta Speller, her grandpa Mike Speller, and her trainer and mentor, James Lawrence, a business management major from Renton, Washington. Number 9 is Maddie Gooding. Our final senior is Kayla May. Kayla has appeared in 135 sets for the Saints on the back line, getting a career total of 126 digs. This season, she has played in every game and set a career high of 77 digs so far this year. Her total of 7 digs in the win versus Bellingham against Western Washington was a career single game high. She's also had 2 key assists in the big win on Thursday over Simon Fraser. Her postgraduate plans are to travel and get a job in sports marketing. Joined by her parents Jill and Daryl, her brothers Jordan and Michael, and her sister-in-law Leah, and her grandma Esther, a communications major from Fairview, Oregon. Number 26, Kayla May. Ladies and gentlemen, one more big round of applause for our St. Martin seniors and for the parents, family, and friends who have supported them through this entire endeavor. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to St. Martin's University Marcus Pavilion and inside the Twin Star Court for tonight's matchup featuring Western Washington University coming with a 10-13 record, 10-5 in GNAC play versus your St. Martin's hometown Saints, who are 16-9 at the current moment and 9-6 in GNAC play. Before we meet the players, at this time, if you please rise if you are able. Remove your hats and join us as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Washington University roster, number 4 is Anna Vanderbilt. Number 5 is Finley Clays. Number 6 is Kylie Conrud. Number 7 is Asia Stewart. Number 8, Analutea Lopez. Number 9 is Carolyn Hansen. And number 16 is Janelle Grant. And here is your starter. Number 1, 5'11" freshman is Delaney Spear. A 6'1" freshman, number 2, Emily Bossenkohl. A 6' sophomore from Chapel High School. Number 10 is Devin Ostrich. A 5'11" junior, number 13 is Gabby Keflik. Your libero this afternoon is a 5'10" sophomore, number 14, Abby May. A 6'1" sophomore, number 18 is Carly Tribe. And 5'8" sophomore, number 19, Adele Holland. Diane Goodwin, your head coach in her 24th season, assisted by James Sue and Malaya Alega. Today's Senior Day is particularly special as it falls on the feast day of St. Martin, our university's patron saint. The lanterns displayed throughout the Marcus Pavilion were used in a campus procession last night honoring the life of Martin of Tours, and their presence today are a powerful reminder of the campus's bright 128-year history. The saints on the court are honored to be part of this storied history, and here they are. Washington, number 1, Serena Carrillo. 5'7" junior from San Antonio, Texas, number 2, Abby Halstead. 5'7" senior from Nogales, Arizona, number 3 is Carla Toto. 5'9" junior from Carson, California, number 6 is Ashley Tuiana. And 5'10" freshman from Placentia, California, number 15 is Emily Gardner. 6'1" senior from Record, Washington, number 19 is Maddie Kitty. And a 6' junior from Henderson, Nevada, number 21 is Jennifer Soha. In his third season, head coach from Dan Mackey, assisted by Tracy Riverboom and Laura Scroggins.
Good evening. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I nailed it the first time I introduced you in, not this time. It is an afternoon Saturday game here at Marcus Pavilion in the final contest at home for the St. Martin Saints women's volleyball team. This is the best team in program history, and there is a number of statistics that you can point to show that, but the main one is the win total, the most in program history, and the conference win total, the most in program history. However, there have been teams in this conference that have historically been atop of the league, and this team across from them are one of them, the Western Washington Vikings. St. Martin's went up to Bellingham earlier this year and sent some shockwaves around the GNAC when in front of over 1,200 people, they had a reverse sweep over Western Washington and was able to come up with a big 3-2 victory in Bellingham. In front of a raucous crowd, they shushed them real quick after falling behind 2-0. St. Martin's will start it off with the set. It's Maddie Gooding, number 19, to serve on her senior day. Gooding will send us away Boy, oh boy, we are excited for volleyball. The final time we'll see it be played here in 2023. Pat goes off the block and a point. I believe that was Carly. Oh, no, excuse me. That was Devin Ostrich with the kill. Serve coming the other way now. Serena Pareto there on the reception. Emily Garton, the team leader in kills for the Saints, sends it over the other way, unsuccessful. Soto will have to dig it up. Garton will attack the other way, and Garton gets the kill. One of the best freshmen in the GNAC. Steps up big there to grab the kill, and in comes Tahani Yamashita to serve for the Saints. One to one the scoreline here. Great serve by Yamashita. Attack goes long the other way, and it's a point for the Saints. The script on this Western Washington squad is it is a young team with a lot of talent, a lot of potential, but the fall off has been sharp at different points for them. Losing at Billings had to be one of the low points in their season, but they've also come up with some huge wins. Coming the other way, it's a quick hit to Jennifer Soha, nearly down, but the Western Washington Vikings are able to send a free ball the other way. Now Garton tips it over, unsuccessful. Coming the other way. Blocked, but stayed in the Western Washington side. Back row attack. Perfect dig to Soto, who sets to Soha. Now a quick hit the other way. Yamashita's there to get it. Pareto will send it up to Garton. Garton unwinds, and the dig is sky high, but just enough. And finally, the rally ends with a Western Washington player in the net. Or maybe that was a ball handling error. I'm on the wrong side of the ref to see whether he held up a 2 or the number of somebody that was in the net. End of the day, it is a point for the Saints. That one goes long. Point for the Vikings. Carly Try will serve now. Pareto, late adjustment. Grab that one. Unwinding. Oh, and that one would have gone out, I think, off the top of the net. Soto had to plan for it to come down in the Saints side of the court. So it'll fall for a point for Western Washington. Score is 3-3. Halstead on the reception. Garton sends it life and limb, and then coming the other way. Garton's going to have an attack now. A nice reception the other way as Try, I believe, sets it over. Soha on the reception. Back to Soha. She's stuffed point blank. And the point goes to Western Washington, now up 4-3. St. Martin's women's basketball team in action today. They're playing down in Monmouth. They are up 8 right now. The start of the fourth quarter against Art U, a.k.a. Academy of Art. Serve goes to Halstead. Now Garton. Garton off the block. Coming the other way. Blocked by Soto and Soha. Soho connection to make it 4-4. Emily Garton will come in now. Garton, if you are a Western Washington player, you're not familiar. She has the jump serve with the gnarly top spin on it. She's going to do it here. Boom. Hard one to respond to, but the Western Washington Vikings do respond to it. And Emily Vossenkuhl gets the kill. Vossenkuhl out of Ridgefield, Washington. Western Washington, in every sport, they travel very well. And part of that is they have a lot of success in their sports. The other part is that Saints are very close to the general greater Seattle area, and there's a lot of players from the greater Seattle area on all Western Washington squads, with it being an in-state school. little bit more incentive to recruit from the Evergreen State. Pareto will attack, slaps it down, 5-5. As I'm looking at it, every single player on this Western Washington squad is from Washington. And then you look at the St. Martin's squad, they have a handful of Washington representatives, of course, but we just had senior day today where we saw representation from all over. That's an attack long, did not take a touch. Point Saints on the attacking error. 6-5, SMU in front. Soha serves. A big stab down from Vassenkuhl after the assist comes from Caroline Hansen. Hansen, redshirt freshman setter from Vancouver, Washington. Again, that's southern part of the state. Family has to go a lot shorter to get here than they do to go all the way up to Bellingham. So I'm assuming Hansen family might be in attendance. Carla Soto will serve. Soto, this is her second year as a Saint, but it is her senior year. She would graduate as one of the most accomplished players in GNAC history for the Saints. On the overpass, it's Serena Pareto to clean it up. Pareto standing at a tall 5'7", and I say tall 5'7" because she plays a lot bigger than that number has. One ace today, and Carla Soto will have the most in program history. That is something to keep an eye on throughout these three sets. That point goes to Western Washington. Right now, Soto is all square atop the record books at 101 aces. She'll have to wait one more rotation for it to come back around to her, however. Point for the Saints there, a kill to make it 9-7. Ashley Tuiana steps up big time. Tuiana, a transfer. I asked Dan Benke, the head coach of the Saints, about her in the post-game interview on Thursday. And talk about what he said in just a moment as a kill comes for Western Washington. He said she's somebody that bounced around a little bit in college, but she came and wanted to be a part of this program, and he saw enough in her time with the Saints to know that she could be a part of this team. And for most of the year, it's been contributing in practices and outside of game participation. But man, she's had to step up in a big way with Emmy Hansen out. That one goes off the block just outside. If you're wondering, that looked like a clean block, but it was just outside the court of play, 10-8. Maddie Gooding steps in to serve. Gooding is third on the team with 86 aces in her storied career. Garten, nearly got that up. That would have been an assist to Soha. Instead, it is a block to Soha. Jennifer Soha with the roof sends it back 11-8. Another rejection. Garten and Soha sends it back. Once again, timeout Western Washington. And while we take this timeout, we will have a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Saints Digital Network.
I'm Kayla May. I'm a DS Lib, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name's Tiffany Lamb. I'm from Frisco, Texas, and I'm a Libero DS.
Jennifer Soha. I'm a middle blocker, and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hi, I'm Abigail Halstead. I am a DS Libero, and I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
Ashley Tuiana, outside hitter, junior, and Carson, California.
I'm Emmy Hansen from Camas, Washington, an outside hitter.
Hi, my name is Zoe Crimmin. I'm a right side and middle from Yakima, Washington. My name's Emily Garton. I'm an outside hitter, and I'm from Placentia, California.
Carla Soto from Nogales, Sonora, Mexico, and I'm a setter.
I'm Tehani Yamashita. I'm from Aiea, Hawaii, and I'm a DS libero.
I'm Kamara White. I'm a setter, and I'm from San Diego, California.
I'm Maddie Gooding. I'm a middle blocker from Renton, Washington.
My name is Peyton Griffin. I'm a setter, and I'm from Tigard, Oregon.
Serena Pareto, outside hitter, Tacoma, Washington.
Maddie Gooding will serve to get us back into play here. 12-8, Saints have the lead. Now that was an introduction to your 2023 St. Martin's women's volleyball team. 7 newcomers and 7 returners. Garden cooks that one high, no touch. As they were appealing for it. 12-9 scoreline. Serving is Carly Trott. Halstead receives it to Iana. That one took a touch for sure, and it goes out of bounds. No, it just stays in. On top of the scorer's table, but Soha, then it comes back to the Saints. Saints have had a couple attacks well worthy of getting kills, but they're going to have to continue to play defense here and try and turn it into attack. Tuiana stabs it down and finishes what was a very good defensive set from Western Washington, but at some point, the Saints felt like they were going to get that point. Tuiana came in to this week with 3 kills. She already has 2 today. She had 4 on Thursday in the win over Simon Fraser. Yamashita serves it just over the top tape. That one's right into the block on the attack from Western Washington and down for a kill. That's Try with a kill. Try from Lake Stevens, Washington, plays with her sister Haley Try. Haley Try, however, is redshirting this year, or scheduled to at least. Saints, 0 redshirts this year. Everybody has to contribute in a smaller roster size, as that's going to be called a ball handling error on Carla Soto. Serve coming from Western Washington, 13-11 scoreline. Nice floater that just gets dug up off the block, stays alive. Soto back to Garton. Garton unwinds, and that one is said to have hit the antenna. Point Vikings. Timeout, St. Martin's. This is a good one from Marcus Pavilion. These two teams are going to battle for it. Do not touch that dial. Stick cozy for the next hour and a half to 2 hours or so. We'll be right back on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Gladstone with you, bringing you the action here from GNAC Volleyball at St. Martin's University. St. Martin's versus Western Washington. It's been a good one so far. A little bit of a back and forth, but just great offense on both sides. Dangerous weapons. As that serve looked like it had a chance to be long. Carlos Soto does something to adjust with that. Stays alive. Garton will attack again and get the kill. Wow. That was Soto to come up and make an incredible play to just give Garton a chance to attack it. The attack was coming, and it was tipped back over by a Western Washington player. It might have hit top tape. If not for that tip, it doinked Jennifer Soha in the face, kept alive. Garton on her second chance for the attack, got the kill. Garton, who has improved her serving so much over the past few weeks. She hasn't taken much off the velo and the top spin, but she's been able to limit the errors by a lot. And I don't want to jinx her by saying that's going to knock on wood, which representatively is going to be my own head. And there she doesn't get that. On the overpass, Serena Pareto. Oh my word. Somebody better check that ball for a puncture after Pareto slammed it into the dirt. 16-12, St. Martin's ahead. Another great serve, but it's going to have an attack coming the other way. Pin hitter number 13, Gabby Kepley, has the attack. Free ball is going to come over from Halstead. Set coming from Holland. Again, the pin hitter Kepley attacks it. This time Soha is going to be able to come the other way. It's still kept alive. Somehow, Western Washington gets it over the net. Soha attack again. The back line playing so well from Western Washington, and that point was all on them as Bossencool finishes it off, but that was a great job by everybody on the Viking back row. Wow. I'll tell you what, I'm sure if you're watching this game, it is not your first time watching volleyball, but watching good volleyball be played, there is nothing like it. It is so fun to watch. Caroline Hansen will serve it up as she replaces the other setter for Western Washington, Adele Holland. Kayla May, another senior on the Saint squad. On the reception, Pareto attacks it down the line, just wide, point Vikings. (16-14) scoreline. Floater comes to Halstead. That one was a muffed reception there by Halstead. She's disappointed with herself. Immediately the tap of the chest to represent that it was her fault. 16-15 the scoreline right now. The ebbs and flows of the game are already taking place in the first set. Halstead. Quick hit to Soha. Keeps it up. Pareto on the reception. Now Pareto attacks and goes off the block for a point Saints. Serena Pareto, as a freshman on this team, is second on the team in kills. The dynamic freshman duo of Garton and Pareto have been such a key for the Saints having their best season in program history. Soha is another part of a three-headed monster that gets a lot of kills besides Garton and Pareto. She comes in there at that middle position and is so dangerous. Gooding, the other middle blocker, who you'll see standing right up near the net. She is definitely a block specialist. She does get kills. As this attack comes the other way, what a job by Soha as Pareto places that one with precision. Wow, what a find there. Timeout, Western Washington. It's 19-15. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back. Jennifer Soha will serve it away for St. Martin's University, a 4-point lead for the Saints. In her 24th season, Diane Flick-Williams is the head coach of the Vikings. For the Saints, it's Dan Benke in his Just his third season. Speaking of the blocks, it is Gooding and Soto that join for the block. Maddie Gooding sends it down 20-15. The Saints have the lead. Soha serves again as the Saints have gone on a rally with her doing the services. That attack just rolls over the top of the net. Yamashita will send it to Soto. Not asked to attack a lot, but she does so. Soha down to get it. Paredo places the attack on the other side of the net. The quick attack stays alive after Vosenkool gets rejected. She's going to set it up, and that one has just gotten over by Anahea Lopez. .2016, the scoreline. May receives it. Gooding fires it. Good attack there. Yamashita can't handle that attack as well on the other side, and it goes for a point. The Vikings, 20-17, the scoreline. Stan Binkie's in his fourth season. His first season was that spring 2020 year where the Saints played 6 games, went 1-5. His next year, it was a 10-18 campaign from the Saints. And then last year, 13-15. There's an ace on a scuffed reception. And Delaney Spear will attack again. From Maple Valley, Washington, is Spear, a redshirt freshman. That's where I talk about this is, freshman, redshirt freshman all over the place for this Western Washington squad. Serena Paredo fires it home, 21-18 Saints. Dan Bengi is at exactly 14 wins for SMU. 40 wins for SMU. As that one just goes long, Soto, she pulls that one in a little bit. It is her 102nd career ace, which is, as I mentioned, the all-time record for St. Martin's University. Serve coming. May receives. Soto. Paredo pokes it over, gets it down. Serena Paredo, her placement today has been even better than usual. 22-19, Saints have the lead. That ace number that I talk about with Carlos Soto, that is tied with Lisa Hall, who was a player from 2003 to 2006. Quick hitter, middle attack. Soto gobbles it up. Garten off the block, going to be able to be handled. This is an awkward adjustment as it deflects. I believe it went to the opposite side of the antenna. So it'll be called as out. Point Saints. 23-19 is the score line. Paredo will serve. Not the best of receptions. The libero is going to have to deal with it. Coming the other way now, Soto to Garten. Garten fires it. Garten again. And on the second time, they say that a Viking was in the net. That first one was clean from Emily Garten and just hit the ever-living daylight out the ball. Paredo will serve for set point. 24-19. Reception is clean. Hansen the set kill for Ostrich. 24-20. And now Holland, the other setter, will come in. Most teams in the GNET go with a 2-setter system, like we're seeing here. Holland will serve. No room for error. Soto sets it short. Gooding tips it over. Point Saints. Saints take the first set, 25-20. This SMU squad in the Division II era had never defeated Western Washington. They did it earlier this season up in Bellingham. They're trying to do it in even more convincing fashion here in Lacey. Don't go anywhere. A 5-point victory in set number 1 for the St. Martin Saints. We'll be right back. Welcome back here. St. Martin's takes the first set by a score of 25-20. Leaders from that first set for the Saints, it was 7 kills from Serena Pareto. Wow. Emily Garden with 4, Tuiana with 2. The assists, well, Carla Soto does what Carla Soto does. 8 assists for the Saints. On the other side, Vossenkuhl and Ostrich have 3 kills each. Carly Try with 2. And so Hansen will serve here. Let's start off set number 1, or set number 2. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Jennifer Sohai had 2 blocks. She was the only player with multiple blocks for either side. Soto will have the chance to set it up to her teammate there. A couple scuffed plays, as that is an Emily Garten boom shot. Point Saints 1-0 here in set number 1. Now Yamashita will come in to serve. Attack comes the other way from Abby May. And Emily Garten goes off the block to get the kill. Point for the Saints. St. Martin's women's basketball team just fell on the road, 66-63. The final score there down in Monmouth. As that one goes long, point Saints. The Rio scoreline, SMU in front. Hansen sends it up. The attack from Spear is rebutted by Pareto. Block will keep it in the Saints side. Pareto, nice set for her to send it up, and it goes just out off the attack from Emily Garton. Point for the Vikings. Three to 1 the scoreline. Garton will have a chance to unwind again, and it's out off the block. Garton is such a weapon. Oh my goodness. 4-1 scoreline as Garton now into serve. Boom, explodes it. No chance about it. That one smacked well within the back line. And left kind of a stunned Viking squad looking around in dismay. 5-1 scoreline. That time it's dealt with. Quick hitter. Soha blocks it, but it's kept alive. Now the attack from Ostrich is kept alive the other way. Pareto off the block, but it's kept alive by May. Coming the other way. Ostrich will attack again. Halstead down to the ground to scoop it up. Coming the other way. This is a good rally between the two sides. Soto up to Pareto. Pareto off the block. A scuffed fist there, but they're going to send a free ball over. Yamashita to Soto. Soto gets it to Soha, who gets it down. Kill for the Saints. Got to think a timeout might be coming shortly for head coach Diane Flick-Williams if this start to the second set continues like this. 6-1 Saints. Top spin down right at the libero. Ostrich fires, and it goes back for a point. The Vikings. Best crowd of the season right now, as you can expect. I mentioned already, Western Washington traveling so well. And the St. Martin's faithful out in droves. These two teams have played 2 games in front of very great atmospheres this year. Soto's going to have to send him an awkward bump assist attempt. It's sent long by Sereno Pareto. Soto up to Pareto. Pareto just trying to tip it over and somehow kept alive. Halstead then goes off the net. Pareto's going to have an attack attempt and she gets it. One of the most exciting plays is when a team can keep it alive off the net. Carla Soto does it like it is, like it's what she's supposed to do every time. Oh yeah, when it doesn't go off the net, it's a nice thing. Incredible adjustment from her, as that's a great serve by Jennifer Soha. Coming the other way, Soha, what an adjustment. That's a hard attack that goes off the block. Ostrich gets the kill. Sometimes Soha back there seems like a libero in a 6-foot frame. Just so good when she's asked to go in there and serve. Now Halstead comes back in for her. You want your libero maybe in there a little bit more, but it's just incredible. Speaking of, that is Halstead on the reception. Pareto rises to meet that one, but it's kept alive. Ostrich is going to bump a free ball over. Yamashita sets it up on the reception, and Gooding attacks. A dive in there, keeps it alive. Ostrich again will attack. Back line, Kayla May on the reception. Pareto off the block, point Saints. Western Washington went 2-0 last week. They are tied for third in the GNAC standings coming into this week at 9-5. A thunderous kill there from Western Washington. Ostrich rising to meet it and send it down on the hammer. 8-5 is the score line. Next week, Western Washington has Northwest Nazarene, and then to finish it off at home against Central Washington. That is going to be a game. Ashley Tuiano with a kill. Another thunderbolt from the senior out of Carson, California. Serrano Paredo serving away now. Libero there is Finley Clays to get it. Soto sends it up to Halstead. Halstead will put it in kind of an awkward spot where Tuiana cooks it long. Dan Benke, this is essentially his senior class. The players that are seniors that were honored tonight that were freshmen in the spring 2021 season when the Saints only got 6 games in. And it's a scuffed reception by Halstead and a ace by Carly Try. They are now seniors. They have gone through all 4 years with him. Halstead up to Soto. Garten. Hammer. That's Central Washington, Western Washington game next week. Should be a great atmosphere up in Bellingham. Kept alive there. Off the attack from Kepley. And now back, a chance for Western to attack. Gooding sends it up in the air. Paredo can't keep that one in play. She was trying to make the one-handed fist back into to do something for the Saints. SMU on the other side, they head on the road next week. On the road, they will take on Seattle Pacific in what should be, probably the biggest match of the season, sure, for the Saints. Garten, wow! Ripped that shot, and the student section has to defend themselves from that one. Score is 11-8. SMU in front here in the final SMU home game of 2023. Yamashita serves, the Aiea Hawaii native. 5'5" freshman, DS Libero. Soto gets under that one. Garten goes off the block and up in the air. Quick attack is scuffed into the net by Emily Vossenkuhl. The 6'1" redshirt freshman is not able to get it over. The Saints have a 12-8 lead. We're seeing a timeout from the head coach of Western Washington, Diane Flick-Williams. We'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. Back here, it is Yamashita to serve. Spear on the attack, just got it over. Spear on the reception, excuse me. Halstead now sends it up to Garten. Garten unwinds, and it's out. 12-9 scoreline. In to serve is Delaney Spear, Maple Valley, Washington, graduate of Tahoma High School. Cooks it long. 5'11". She is frustrated with herself. The only senior on this Western Washington squad is Kylie Honrud. Honrud is pin hitter, 6-foot senior out of Ferndale, Washington, which is, I believe, right up near the border there, maybe even north of Bellingham. That serve goes just long. 13-10 score line. The fun fact that I have about Ferndale is I believe that it is the high school in which Jake Locker, who's a quarterback, attended the University of Washington before playing most for the Tennessee Titans in the NFL. Career never really panned out for him, just too many injuries. But one of kind of the legends is from Ferndale. So is Honrud. There's a block from Western Washington University as Try and Ostrich combined on that one. Scores 13-11. Serve coming in from the libero Clays. Clays playing in the hometown from Bellingham and drops that one in the bucket for a 13-12 scoreline. Dan Benke will stand up and he will take his time out. We'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back here. Score is 13-12. The Western Washington Vikings lead the St. Martin Saints. Clays will serve once again. Another nice little floating serve that gets in there. Pareto times up her attack successfully. Gets it down for the kill. Pareto, her and Garton play off each other in a very good way in the sense of scouting report on Garton is power, power, power. For Pareto, she can get up there and slam it, but there's a lot of finesse that she uses as well, and that is her strength compared to the power of Garton. And of course, right as I say that, she thunders one off of a block attempt. The Thunder the other way is down for the kill. Ostrich with a good hit as well. In terms of upperclassmen on this Western Washington squad, it is Honrud as a senior, who I mentioned, Gabby Kepley as a junior, and there is nobody else listed as an upperclassman. That has been a part of the ups and downs of this Western Washington squad this year. A team that has lost at MSU Billings, which is, no offense to the Yellow Jackets, by far the worst team in the conference. Cooked long. We're all tied at 14. Not only do they have some inconsistency because of being such a young team, but this Western Washington squad has played a rigorous schedule. Gooding with the attack on the overpass. Gooding makes do. 15-14 Saints in front. The Vikings started off the season with a trip to San Bernardino, California, where they played number 18 Regis, number 19 Cal State San Bernardino, number 9 Cal State LA, and number 3 Metro State Denver. Service into the net makes it 15-15. Then at the Colorado Premier Challenge in Denver, they decided, hey, let's chill out. Let's play a little bit lighter of a schedule. Ferris State and Texas Tyler both receiving votes, and then number 2, Concordia St. Paul, and then against Denver again. This young squad fell to all 7 of those opponents, I should say, so they fell in all 8 games. Point for the Vikings there. They take their first lead, I believe, of this contest, up 16-15 here in set number 2. And then after all that, they opened up GNAC play with a game at number 13, Central Washington. Tuiana nearly gets that one over. It's rebuffed, and the attack goes just long. Point Saints, 16-16. This same Western Washington squad, however, that early season tests that they put themselves through, they got the win at number 21 Seattle Pacific and another win at number 18 Seattle Pacific. So it just makes no sense. Just wide was that hit by Maddie Gooding. Point Western Washington. Anna van der Yacht. Van der Yocht will serve it just long. Van der Yocht out of Linden, Washington. 17-17 is the scoreline. Maddie Gooding will serve, 3rd in program history in aces. Her first season was Dan Binky's first season. Tuiana, nice adjustment to set that one in there. Then Garten with the hammer. 18-17. When you see Emily Garten loading up on that left side, yeah, technically for left side, boy, oh boy, it is a scary thing to see. Oh, ball handling error. Man, that was a great reception to set up Adele Holland for what could have been a good Western Washington attack, and that is part of being a young team there, and the redshirt sophomore not able to handle that one cleanly. But that was a very impressive back row attack. Gabby Kepley with the left hand, able to get that one in there and get the kill with a not great angle on it all. Now in is the other setter, Caroline Hansen, to serve it away. Pareto, Soto, Soha. Nice deflection by Spear to keep it up. Free ball is going to come back over. Pareto will lay it up to Soho, then a push to the back line, not able to get it. Then on the other side, a thunderous attack from Delaney Spear and a point for the Vikings. 19-19 is our score line. Timeout, St. Martin's. The first team to get the next 6 points wins. Of course, you got to win by 2 as well, so that isn't an 100% fact. We'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. It's all square at 19 apiece. Hansen will serve away here to start up the post-timeout buzz. Marcus Pavilion. Final time that we're hosting a volleyball game here this season. Soto, quick hit to Soha. Great reception by Hansen. A push goes out from Spear. Oh, she was trying to push that one down the line. That one's just a gut punch because she was going for placement and not for she was going for precision, not for velocity and thunderous applause. Instead, couldn't place it as it just curled on her. Up in the air from try. This time she goes for the Thunder, and Spear gets that one in the court of play. 20-20. Spear now serving away. Halstead. Garten. Wow. But it's right on the back line. That dig, I believe it was Spear. I'm trying to remember who it was because I was just fearing for their life and not looking at who it was, but I think it was Spear on the back row there that dug that one up for the perfect spot for her setter. Hansen. Brief stoppage in play that I don't know why. Pareto. Soto. Garten. And she's stuffed at the net. Point for Vikings. Saints are out of timeouts right now. 20-22. Spear will try and keep this rally going. Pareto up to Soto. Tipped over. Oh my goodness. Spear will send a free ball the other way. Pareto on the reception of that one. Soha with a stab. (21-22). Saints trail. In to serve now is Emily Garten. She's going to top it. Off the top of the tape. Going to be a good a chance. Somehow Garten gets a hand of that. Pareto scuffs the attack. She just couldn't loop it down there. Point for the Vikings. Libero Finley Clays will serve. Overpass, it's going to be a chance for Western. Soto on the reception. Halstead up to Pareto. Pareto looking back line, but I believe that's Spear there. Coming the other way, Ostrich. Ostrich gets the kill. We go now to set point as Clays will serve for it. 24-21 scoreline. Halstead. Soto, now Pareto. Off the block, down for a kill. Saints need more, but that is the start. Jennifer Soha serving. Saints need to score at least 2 to extend this set. 2 in a row, I should say. Floats it over. Going to be a chance for an attack. Trying to kill it, and they will. Devin Ostrich finishes it off with an attack that goes off the block. Point Vikings, set Vikings. St. Martin's and Western Washington all tied at 1 set apiece. We got to go to 1 here, so sit tight because we'll be right back for the 3rd set. Don't go anywhere.
Today recognizes the feast of St. Martin, our university's patron saint. As legend has it, Martin was trying to avoid being named the bishop of Tours when his she is hiding. After the fan turns around and the goose's location has been concealed, the contestant with the audience's help will try to guess which cauldron the goose is hiding in. Tonight's contestant is Luna Anderson, age 4, along with Austin Anderson, computer science, U.S. Army indirect fire artilleryman. You can put 1 minute on the clock. Ready, set, go! That's Steve O'Brien, the sports mom, brother Terry, and cheerleader Mackenzie Squires out there. These little guys got a long time to go. 1 minute might have been too much. 30 seconds. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The cauldrons are set. Here comes Luna. Do you think it's under cauldron number 1, cauldron number 2, or cauldron number 3? Luna, go for it! He's hesitating. Maybe not visible in numbers yet. Woo! Give Luna a big round of applause. He's got to do a somersault. That goose had no chance.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Maddie Gooding will serve us to start the third set here. Block. Emily Garten and Jennifer Soha a part of the block there to start it off. Saints out to the 1-0 lead. It was a first set win for the Saints, second set win for Western Washington, and it makes a lot of sense. These two teams played 5 sets up in Bellingham. And Maddie Gooding, an ace. Maddie Gooding here, decided to play for the Saints under the new head coach at the time, Dan Banke, played with her sister Emily Gooding. Has since become one of the best players that the Saints have seen. And speaking of a player that can become one of the best that the Saints have seen, it is my pick for Freshman of the Year in the conference, Emily Garten, that clobbers that ball as it just floats over the net. Maddie Gooding, another good serve. Awkward chance to deal with it. They can't get it over the net. Diane Flick-Williams is going to come out, shout out some orders to kind of switch up where the positioning of her defense is. Right now, Saints are coming out strong, but they came out strong in the second set. In Western Washington, this savvy squad fought back into it. And again, an awkward reception, just tipped over, and they get their point, first point off of a Delaney spear kill. Now Spear will serve the other way. She was the server during a big run that Western Washington had. Tuiana gonna get a kill for that one. Spear shouldn't have gone for it. I think it was long, but it had the downward trajectory, so Spear thought about it long enough to try and set it, and it just skipped off her hands. Point Saints 5-1, as in comes Yamashita for Tuiana. Serves that one. Libero Clays on the other side of it. And an overpowering kill from the number 2, Emily Vossenkuhl. She meets her fellow middle in the middle. Makes sense, right? Meets her on that one and just overpowers the attempted block from Jennifer Soha. And Soha wins that battle. Service from Garten is dealt with. Ostrich will come the other way. Garten will give the dig on it. Pareto will place it in the middle of no man's land. Pareto does that so efficiently. It's just staggering how she can do that so well. 7-2, the scoreline. We'll come back with some stats from this first set in a moment. That was Pareto's 13th kill, I believe. She's all over this contest. It's a good one between the Saints and the Vikings. We'll be right back on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back here. Emily Garten going to serve once again. 7-2 scoreline. Thunderous. Looked like it had a chance to go over. Carla Soto is going to end up cleaning it up after I believe an infraction was called on Western Washington. 8-2 scoreline. Another hard to deal with play. Not a great attack on out of it. And then Soha stamps it down. Joe, our PA announcer, that was a good one. He said so high, so good. From Jennifer Soha. 9-2, Saints up. don't know how you do that. That one off the block and out, and a much-needed point for Western Washington. Diane Flick-Williams here in her 24th season. She has had a storied career. This Western Washington squad has been absolutely incredible under her tenure. Can't even begin to explain some of the accolades that she has received. As that's a block. Combining for it is Try as well as Kepley. This is definitely an off year if you look at the history of Western Washington University. Last year, I believe they were the number 2 seed in the region. And Soto sets up to Soha, plays the liberos there to get to it. Nice attack from the lefty Kepley. Last year, this was a squad that was hosting the regional despite getting the number 2 seed in the regional. They faced off against number 7 seed Central Washington and lost 3-1. Pareto, nobody home on the other side of the court, a cross court beauty, says our Saints PA announcer Joe. Yeah, it was pretty nice. Pretty nice. Attack and a kill from Western Washington. I believe that was Kepley again. The Saints do not have any true pin hitters, any true opposite side or right side hitters, which are lefties. This one's back. Speaking of, right there, that's a lefty. One-handed play by Kayla May to keep this alive. And it's still alive after Soto puts it up in the air. Pareto, a little reverse sort of set attack. Another attack, and this time May's not able to make the play on it. Point for Western Washington. Serve coming from Try. It's going to go over. And nobody there. I think this is timeout time for Dan Binky. He's holding off on it right now. Going to be a free ball over. Yamashita will send it that way. Great serving from Try here on this run. And then the attack from Gabby Kepley. And now it has to be a time for a timeout. The Saints started this set well, but a punch back from Western Washington and another break here on the Saints Digital Network. Back here, it is a 10-9 scoreline. Serving is Try. Saints up right now, but a run from Western Washington. May on the reception, gets it up. Pareto. Oh, such a nifty, that ball is incredible. But attacking again and feeling hot right now is Gabby Kepley. One of 2 upperclassmen on this squad. She is right now putting the team on her back to get them back into what is a tie game at 10-10 and 1-1 on the sets. Halstead up. Soto does what she can with it. Free ball coming over from Pareto. The Saints are just doing what they can, but an illegal set. That gives the Saints a point, and it's an anticlimactic point, but they will surely take it. Now Soto will serve once again as Ashley Tuiana is back in for the Saints. Oh, good adjustment. Free ball over, though, in the end. And Kepley again. Kepley fires it home. Kepley is from Bothell, Washington. She's in the Seattle area. Playing closer to home now than she is when she's playing at her home court up at Carver Gymnasium on the campus of Western Washington University up there in Bellingham in the shadow of the Canadian border. In comes the other, oh no, excuse me, that's Anna Vanderjagt, not Kelly Honrud, who I believe, thought that was at first. Late adjustment. Soto does an impressive job to get something under that one. Give her team a chance, and it's Kepley again. The lead goes to Western Washington. (11-12) score line. Saints are trailing. A miss hit on the dig there. 11-13, and Dan Banky will use his second timeout, trying to help his team from the scrambling that they've been doing since starting off on such a good note in this third set. We'll be right back on the Saints Digital Network. (13-11). Western Washington leads here in the third set. Teams are tied 1-1. Tuiana stuffed at the net. 14-11. The Saints right now are on the back rope as Western Washington has given them a little bit of their own medicine in the sense of the St. Martin's reverse sweep that they performed up in Bellingham. This is of a similar note. Cooked long from Gooding. Only the Western Washington corner of this gym is making noise as of late. Vanderjagt will serve again and gives it long, gives the Saints a point. Serrano Prado serving. 15-12, Western in front. Off the block there. Up, Gooding, hit that one. Mistimed her jump. She hit it perfect, but she mistimed her jump big time. But was able to put it where there was nobody in a white jersey, and that's how you get a point, pretty much, in this one. Paredo, good location on the serve. Plays. Now Paredo deals with the attack from Kepley there, and coming the other way, it's another Saints point. Paredo now has helped her team go on a little bit of a run. While she's been serving, one more point for the Saints. We're all tied up at 15 again. I'll tell you what, cancel your plans if you have any in the next hour, because I think these two teams will be playing a lot of volleyball. This one up into the sky and hit long eventually by Garten. 16-14 the score line. Caroline Hansen in here. Quick hitter to Gooding. Gooding, the placement on it. Power has never been Gooding's strongest suit, but again, it's that IQ. She goes up, she's played on this squad for a long time. She knows exactly what head coach Dan Benke is asking for. Locates it so well to get another kill for the Saints. So off the block, Gooding's gonna have to dig it up. Now to the other side, Garten unleashes. 16 all. Maddie Gooding to serve again. Now once into the net. She hit that one off the hand clear. That was nowhere close to getting over the net. Delaney Spear will serve the other way. If you're interested in more St. Martin's athletics, we are hosting the SMU tournament, women's basketball tournament, next week. Paredo gets this one up to Iana. What an adjustment from Ashley to Iana. She had no business hitting that one with as much precision as she did, but she located that one off balance with the offhand to put it in the other court and make it 17 all. Yamashita serves. Spear, then Hansen. The attack is sent down from a rising ostrich, and the hammer makes it 18-17 Western. Then the Clays now in to serve. The libero. Has a really good float on that one. Paredo will rise that one, and it's just another mishit from the Saints. We're seeing too many of them. I think maybe a little bit hesitant of the blocks, trying a little bit too hard to get it over the blocks. And here they are cooking one too many too long. Halstead to Soto to Soha. Needed that kill, and they got it. Emily Garten to serve. Saints can go on a run here. It's the player that could help facilitate it. Dangerous serving. Dealt with very well by Clays. A push there. We'll just fist it over. Paredo then gets it to no man's land. Point Saints 19-19. all here in the third set. Net serve. Paredo will come out for Kayla May. Garten will come out for Kayla May. That one hurts the Saints right there. Adele Holland, the setter, now in for Western Washington. Holland is from Puyallup, Washington. Right next to Tacoma there. Again, with many of these Vikings playing closer to home here than up in Bellingham. That one's cooked long, no touch. 2020, we were at this last set, and here we are staring at a 2020 scoreboard yet again. The Saints will play libero-less as Jennifer Soha will serve. Big kill. 21-20, Western in front. Ostrich serving. Halstead gets it to Soto. She has to go down to the ground. The push, trying to go cross-court push. Not happening. That was an attack from Spear. Now Soto back to Pareto. Pareto tries to go cross-court, but Clays is there. What a great job she did to make an attack on that. And then turning it around is Gabby Kepley to get the kill. It's 22-20. Saints really cannot afford to give up any points now. 22-20. I don't know the exact number on it. As Halstead, finish my thought in a moment. Pareto got a little bit speed taken off on the block there, and another kill from Kepley. Kepley has taken over in this set. Like I was saying, I don't know the exact number on it, but I would assume that the numbers would show that in a 1-1 match, whoever wins the third set, more often than not, wins the contest. Don't know exactly how often that happens. That one's cooked long. Saints are gifted one there. I would say it is very crucial, however, to take the third set in a 1-1 contest. To state the obvious for you. Kepley is now at double-figure kills, so is Ostrich. Both have 10. Pareto has 15, while Emily Gorton has 11. Carla Soto will serve. What a time for a record-breaking ace. The most aces in St. Martin's history now belongs to Carla Soto, 102. She stands alone despite having played 150 or so less sets than the player whose record she just broke. 23-22, St. Martin's trails by 1, but it's a timeout Western. It'll be an exciting conclusion to the third set in just a moment. Welcome back here. Carla Soto will serve once again. After her record-breaking ace, drew it within a point. Set up from Holland, the attack, and it's down for a kill. Western has pushed it to set point here. It's a 1-1 set scoreline right now. You can expect that no team, whoever loses the third set, will go away. Serve coming. Halstead there. Soto up to Pareto. Pareto with the kill. 24-23. Emily Garton will come in for Kayla May. Pareto will serve. Saints cannot spare an inch right now. A point here from the Saints would push it to extra points. Pareto will serve. Hush. A hush comes over the crowd. And that's a kill for Western Washington. Gabby Kepley, apt as it be. Kepley took over in the third set and did exactly that right there. Let me find a number on her total kills after they fell behind 4-0. She brought them right back into it. Kepley with 11 kills in this set. She has been unleashed on the Saints, and now we'll play a fourth with SMU trailing 2-1. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back for set number 4 on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Veterans Day to all of those out there. Hopefully you got yesterday off. If you work a regular Monday through Friday, hopefully you got that Friday off. Veterans Day falling here on a Saturday. Be repetitive for you to get a day you already got off on. If not, file the complaint to your workplace immediately. We got a good one here as a holiday special. The St. Martin Saints and the Western Washington Vikings here battling atop the GNAC. Both of them sit in the upper half. It has been an incredible season for the Saints, but a cherry on top to finish out the home schedule will be to come up with a win against this very good Western Washington squad. Reception by Kayla May now coming over. Serena Pareto. There was something extra on that. I mean, it's hard to put extra on it, but man, oh man. she had some frustrations from that second and third set loss that she wanted to take out on the ball right there. Soto serves. Floats it. Going to be an overpass. Pareto again. Saints once again look like they're going to start the set with a run. Started the second and third set with runs and ended up losing the set. Take a look at the GNAC volleyball standings. Right now, Western still alive technically, as this one is looped up, blocked, stays in play. And that one hits the antenna. 3-0 Saints. Seattle Pacific, Central Washington, and Western Washington all have a chance to win the GNAC and get the automatic bid into the tournament. Seattle Pacific is 13-2 in the conference. Their 2 losses coming to Western Washington. That means if Western Washington runs the table and Seattle Pacific loses all 3 of their remaining games, the Saints will have themselves, Western will technically have a roll as the AQ. That hit is wide, 4-0. Starting the sets flat are this Western Washington squad. Floats it over. There's Soto serving again. A poke there. Soto is down to get it, and then it's cleaned up. First point of the set for the Vikings is on that overpass. I believe Boston Cool got the last hit to it. And now Finley Clays will serve. So Seattle Pacific atop the conference. Western Washington still within 3 games of it with 3 games to go. Central Washington is 11-4. This is a quick hitter to Maddie Gooding. 5-1 the scoreline now. Saints up. Central Washington is 2 games back of Seattle Pacific. Central Washington will be big fans of St. Mark's next week as the Saints have a game at Seattle Pacific. Big chance for them to possibly take one. Pareto serves, coming the other way. Ostrich, Pareto gets a hand of that one, and then Carlos Soto will send a free ball over. Quick hitter, and that one goes long. No touch by the Saints. Point to SMU. Timeout is coming from head coach Diane Flick-Williams. We'll stay with you on the Saints Digital Network. Looking at the rest of the volleyball standings here in the GNAC. After Seattle Pacific and Central Washington, then it's Western Washington. A tie for 4th place has St. Martin's and Simon Fraser there. St. Martin's with a better overall record with 2 more games played and 2 wins. The difference is that the Saints, on the weeks where they had just play a game against their travel partner, which is Western Oregon, they added a game against a D3 in each of those weeks, so at least they could have the fullest schedule possible. Northwest Nazarene sits in 6th place, Alaska Anchorage in 7th, Alaska Fairbanks in 8th. Western Oregon is 3-12 in 9th place, and Montana State Billings sits at 1-14 in the conference. And the anomaly that I've continued to look at and just scratch my head and say, how did that happen, was the win that they had over this Western Washington squad. And I mean, it is an anomaly. It is not definitive of what this Western Washington team is playing here. And as our St. Martin's men's soccer coach, as that one's a block, it's said to have been out of bounds. We have not seen a challenge yet by either side. Maddie Gooding pointed at that one and said, hey, wait a minute, that one was in. But she does not put up too much of a fight for her head coach to try and challenge it. 6-2 is the scoreline. Halstead to Soto to Garten. Off the block, stays alive. Halstead will go cross court to Tuiana. Tuiana pushes it over. Coming the other way. Only a push on that attack. Quick hitter by Gooding is dealt with. Coming the other way now. Ostrich. Ostrich with some mustard on it. Gets the kill, 6-3. I don't know if I finished the statement, what I was going to say. But as our St. Martin's men's soccer coach often says, is weird stuff happens in Billings. Emily Garten attacks this one. That went pretty easily. Nearly in the net, is in the net. No, it's a mishandled set, actually. 7-3, the scoreline. Speaking of weird stuff happening in Billings, if you follow the rest of the GNAC standings, the #1 team and 20th ranked team in the country, Simon Fraser, just lost in Billings to MSU Billings. Weird. Weird stuff happens in Billings. That one is a point for Western Washington, just barely sneaks in. 7-4 scoreline. Ostrich serving. Tuiana. Blocked. 7-5 is the score. Saints have their back against the wall. They need a win in this set. Soto to Soha. Not enough. Coming the other way. The attack from Kepley. Kept alive. Now coming the other way. Kepley's going to attack again. She'll poke it over. Tuiana gets it up in the air. Then Soto. Now Pareto from the back row. Can't get enough on it. Plenty of time for Western Washington to get under it. The attack goes the other way, and it's touched by the Saints at the net. Point for Western. This has been a Warriors battle. These two teams playing a lot of volleyball against each other this season. Pareto has to make a late adjustment. Now Tuiana tries to go back row, but scooping it up is try. The attack coming the other way is successful from the red-hot Gabby Kepley. Point for Western. Try will serve again. The 6-1 middle out of Lake Stevens. Garten. Saints needed that one. 7 of 7, the scoreline. Or excuse me, 8-7. Saints take the lead back. They have not relinquished the lead this set. Man, they have started every set so good, and then you get that surge back from Western Washington. Yamashita serves. Poke over, Halstead there to get it. Garten pushes it back row. That might have gone out, but try. Wanted to do what she could to get to it. Try is listed as a middle, but she's playing it as an outside because she's in right now on the back row with the libero in the contest, just to be clear. She's listed as a middle, but I know she's not performing as a middle today. Serena Pareto does a great job to dig that one. Garten cross court out wide. Dan Banky, the head coach of these Saints, already mentioned plenty of times. His 4th year, he's assisted by Tracy Lindeblom and Laura Scroggins, who have done an outstanding job, as you have to have a very good staff when you have 7 newcomers. That is a lot of new faces to deal with, new skills to refine. And with, I believe, who should be the freshman of the year on this squad, he's done a great job. Garten, that player right there, gets it. Soto tries to go quick on the dump off. Pareto on the reception there. Now quick hitter to Soha. Stays on the Saints side of the net. The set up to Garten. Garten goes off the block. Coming the other way as Try gets the scoop on it. Up from Holland. The left-handed attack. Soto is there. Abby Halstead will put it up for Pareto. Pareto, no, not yet. Gets the kill. That ball hit the rafter up top there. No way that it came through. What a rally to finish it off. Both sides smattering some applause, appreciating the fact that they have been treated to a great volleyball game thus far, and nearly every point is hard fought and hard won. Garten sends it hard, and it's stuffed at the net. The center rep, they're playing it through. The center ref, I believe I heard a whistle as that one hit down. They're going to have a discussion about this one. It looked like it was a Saints block, but then there was a discussion. And they're calling it a replay. That one looked like off the block. It was down for a Saints kill, but the ref blew the whistle early, and the Saints still had Western Washington on the back rope, but they were not allowed to play it out. And that's an unfortunate kind of speed bump in what has been a sizzling race to the finish for these sides. And it goes long on that serve. And that is a clear, to me, point where the Saints had a point, and then they had it taken away. Head coach Dan Binke is going to hold off on a challenge there. He picked up the yellow card. And now a point for Western Washington. We're all tied at 10 apiece. Oh my goodness. Everything was going so well. I mean, maybe I'm being affected by it more than the Saints are. But it's just a clunky thing to have to note during this fourth set. As that one goes long, point Saints, 11-10. I will say the Saints didn't put up much of an argument after that replay. This one's nearly over, and it looked like an attack over the net, as that one is touched by Western Washington, point Saints. (12-10) the score line. Jennifer Soha serving. Try, receives it. Up to Hansen. Now the attack is off the block from Delaney Spear. Off the block, Spear gets the kill. Now Spear will serve. Maddie Gooding trying to get that attack, not enough on it. Coming the other way now. Ostrich, what a dig by Halstead. Paredo, stuff to the net, kept alive. Soto's going to have to attack it, and then Plays is on the other side of it. Ostrich will try and pound it again, but that time it's just trying to get the finesse over. Paredo just tips it over and gets it down for the kill. That was an Abby Halstead point right there, because in the midst of that rally, she had one of the better digs you'll see off a attack from Ostrich that had a lot of heat behind it. Serve coming from Carla Soto. Ace. Ace number 103 from her. 14-11. St. Martin's in front. Not the best of receptions. They're going to have to send actually got an overhand attack out of it. Maddie Gooding trying to attack the other way. Ostrich will attack. Soto defends. Free ball's going to come back over, but at least the Saints were able to do something with it instead of just allowing a point. Attack coming the other way. Carla Soto there to make the dig. Paredo coming the other way. It's going to come back to the Saints. Gooding up, back to Paredo. Paredo going back line. The set attempt is scuffed, and the Saints have won some hard-fought points here in set number 4. It is a timeout for the Western Washington Vikings. We'll be right back on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back here. St. Martin's has a 15-11 lead here in set number 4. The set advantage goes to Western Washington. They lead 2-1, but these two sides played 5 sets up in Bellingham, and they are on a collision course. They're possibly playing 5 here. Good serve from Soto, but coming the other way. Looks like it will be a kill. Yes, it will be from Western Washington, number 14, Abby May. I don't believe there is any relation between Abby May and Kayla May. Abby May is a 5'10 sophomore out of Issaquah, Washington. Kayla May is a 5'5 senior out of Fairview, Oregon. Pareto just skates that one over. I don't know who's going for that one. Gooding ends up getting a touch to it and then going left hand on the attack as she had to adjust. Ostrich. Halstead deals with it like butter. Tuiana. Into the block and down for a kill. 15-13 scoreline. Plays is serving. Halstead. To Gooding. Gooding goes off the block. Point Saints. Emily Garton back in. Kayla May performed a good shift there on the back line. Helped the Saints go on a good run. May, a senior, as I mentioned, out of Fairview, Oregon, as we get a net serve. Point goes to the Vikings. Right on the reception from Holland. Garton. I have to send a free ball over, and it's over the antenna, said the side ump. That the up ref did not call it. They're going to try and challenge that one. I don't know what kind of angle they're going to look at. So essentially, let me explain what happened, kind of redo what happened there. So on that free ball over that Western Washington sent, if you take that antenna that is on either side of the net and you extend it all the way up, if the ball would have hit against the antenna, if it were all the way up to the ceiling, then it's out. It does not count. It's out of bounds. Just in the same way where if you just hit it over the net but you scrape the antenna, it doesn't count. Our line official immediately started wiggling the flag, signifying what you do if it hits the antenna or if it hits what you believe is the extended antenna. And so that's what our lines person saw. It's a really hard thing to determine because it's essentially like, you know, the pylon in football where there's an extended pylon up in a way, and if you get it over the pylon, it's in for a touchdown. Maybe somebody out there understood that and that helped. But it's a hard thing to see because there is no over-the-top camera. And I would be perplexed to see if there is a angle that our referee can conclusively say that it went over or it didn't go over a place where that antenna would be. And it's going to stand. And the specific verbiage that our PA announcer Joe just said was call stands, not call confirmed, which means, you're not going to be able to see it. You're not going to be able to see it. You can look down the line. You just don't know where the ball was in relation to that antenna. And that's something that in real time the human making the call has to make. That's going to be 4 touches after they couldn't get it over. Point Saints. Big call there as that one did go out on a point that was eventually won by the Saints. The Saints were kind of half playing, I guess. The bench was pointing at the linesman wiggling her flag as this one's going to go up top and bounce around. That probably helped Western Washington out more than hurt them. Soha has to make a quick adjustment. Soto had a couple assists that just haven't quite been there. With her middles, she's usually on such a connection with Tuiana with the stuff. 19-14 here. A shoe tie from Delaney Spear brings us a brief pause. 19-14, 5-point lead for the Saints. Maddie Gooding will serve. Ace. Ace number 90 for her in her storied SMU career in her final game at Marcus Pavilion. 20-14 the score line. Spear attacks Pareto. Oh, that was a great play there to meet Jennifer Soha in the air for it. Then that's tipped over. Nobody's there to get it. You just saw kind of a stagger from Serena Pareto in the back line. It was probably hers to get. It's one that Abby Halstead probably usually gets, but with the middle in there serving, Saints were playing libero-less and did not have the odd-colored jersey to know that they're going to go get it. Speaking of, Halstead gets that one. Garten off the block. Ostrich sends it up on the opposite side. The attack coming from Kepley. Just to doink over. And the attack coming from Spear. Pareto just so fluid, clean in the back. And this one down the line. Point Saints. I mentioned so much power from Emily Garten, but the next key for her, and she's refurbished it throughout the year, but that is finding the finesse. The thing that I talked about that Pareto has a lot of in the 5'7" frame that she plays with. Net serve from Yamashita. Score goes to 21-16. Emily Garten, 3 inches taller than Pareto. I don't know. If we have a vertical test, I really don't know because they both seem like they can jump out of the gym. 21-16 scoreline. Serve goes long, exchanging the service errors to the Vikings and the Saints. Just a headline. If we do go to 5 sets, so you're aware, the 5th set is played to 15. Of course, it's still win by 2. Garten serves. Off the top of the net and stays in the Saints side. It's 3 straight errors between these two sides. 5-point lead for the Saints. They need 3 points, and they will send us to a decisive 5th set. Serve coming from Caroline Hansen, who is still waiting to get the go-ahead. And now she does. 5-point deficit for her Western squad. Up in the air from Halstead. Soto tries to poke it over. Clays, the libero, is there. Now to Spear. Halstead there to make the dig. Pareto into the block. Believe that was off the block and then maybe off top tape or maybe off a teammate or something. It kind of just levitated somewhere amidst the hands before then it fell in an awkward spot where nobody could lift it up. 23-17, finally out of service error from the Saints as this attack will go just on the back line for number 14, Abby May. 23-18 score line. Service coming now from Delaney Spear. Halstead. Soto. Pareto. Spear on a good reception. Hansen up. And Halstead down to get it. Pareto will have a chance to attack. Tries to go cross court. In the net is the Western Washington Vikings front row. It is a set point coming. And guess who's serving it? senior Carla Soto, the best server in the history of the St. Martin's women's volleyball program. 24-18 scoreline. Western Washington needs to run off at least 6 straight to keep this set alive for them. They'll get 1. Quick hitter makes it 24-19. Vassenkuhl with the kill. Vassenkuhl had a great first set. She has slowed down her effect on the game since, as Gabby Kepley has lit it up. But Kepley, other than a couple impressive kills this set, she has been invisible. 24-19. Now the libero Finley Clays will serve it away. Right to her fellow libero, and that one does not go over the net. Point Western Washington. 24-20. I mentioned they needed 6 straight at least. They got 2 straight. Trying to keep this 4th set alive, remembering what the Saints did to them in their home court in front of their best crowd of the season. Halstead did not do great on that one. Tuiana will have to just send a free ball over. Off the block, Soto down to keep that one alive, but only briefly. A kill for Western Washington. Dan Benke has seen enough. Halfway to the 6th that they need. Dan Benke's going to take a timeout. We're going to take a breath and a moment to compose ourselves here on the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back. Finley Clays back out here. It's a 24-21 4th set here. Saints get 1 point. We go play a 5th set. Saints allow 3. We'll play extra points. Yeah. It is tense here. Saints have allowed 3 straight. This one up to Gooding. Gooding can't get it. Oh my goodness. What an incredible just fist up from Delaney Spear in the back. Now Pareto, all she can do is just poke it over. Attack's going to come from the near side. The block will keep it alive. Crowd started to cheer, but it stays alive, and then the attack is just in from Ostrich, and it's 24-22. St. Martin's was up 24-18 when Carlos Soto was serving. I don't know if Dan Benke has a timeout. I'm trying to think if he does. I think he might. Clays will serve again, 24-22. Halstead. Up to Soto. Soto will get it to Pareto. Pareto cooks it long. They're asking for a touch. Nobody says that there was a touch. Dan Benke will call. He was asking about it. We're going to see if he's going to use. He's going to use another timeout. It has been 5 straight from Western Washington since they got a 24-18 deficit. We'll stay with you on the Saints Digital Network here through this break. Go over some of the numbers from who has been excelling for either side. Devin Ostrich and Gabby Kepley have been a 1-2-3 combination for the Western Washington Vikings. 14 kills for Ostrich, 14 kills for Kepley. On the other side, Serena Pareto. 23 kills for Serena Pareto right now, 15 from Emily Garten. Pareto is hitting .340 for SMU. Hansen and Holland, the 2 setters for Western Washington. 22 kills for Hansen, 18 for Holland. Carlos Soto with 42 on the St. Martin side. Maddie Gooding with 3 aces, blocks. Soha has 3 for the Saints. Carly Try has 2 for Western Washington. Delaney Spear is digging everything up. She has 21. Devin Ostrich has 17. Pareto, Soto, and Halstead all in double figures for blocks for digs, for the Saints. It's already a double-double for Pareto with 23 and 16. That's a staggering number. Back here into action. Clays will serve. Pareto. Soto. Pareto. Back row. Got it. Her 24th kill of the match sends us to a 5th set. Ladies and gentlemen, stick tight. We played a 15. The winner will take the final set. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The score right now is 2-2. 2 sets to 2 sets. St. Martin's, I feel like they've won the race to 15 every set so far. They've started each set so hot. Won the first set, won the fourth set, dropped to 2 and 3. And right now, the race to 15 is all that matters. Starting on the floor for Western Washington. Gabby Kepley out there, as well as Ostrich. Those two have been an incredible combination. The starting setter for this set will be Adele Holland. Emily Vossenkuhl is also there. She's one of the middles. The other middle is Carly Try, I believe. Serving to start this one will be Carla Soto. Again, first to 15, win by 2. The first to do that is the winner of this game. Carla Soto to the back row. Sent up. May was down to get to it, but it goes to the second row of the bleachers. And the opening point is Western Washington. This is an uncharacteristic from how they started each of the last 3 sets. The last 2 sets, they fell behind 4-0 before coming up with a set victory. Net serve, point Saints. The only time that Western has gotten the first point. It was in the first set in which they lost. It opened with a Devin Ostrich kill. Serena Pareto will serve now. Scores 1-1. Just goes long, does Pareto. Sometimes you see service errors tick up as the game goes on because players get a little bit more tired. And that just little bit of fatigue in the legs, in the arms is enough. As this one is going to be good. Emily Garten nearly gets the kill, but it's a great job to get that dug up. And then the kill coming the other way. I believe that was Spear with the kill. 3-1. Western in front. Amanda Yock will step in. Halstead, Soto, Garten. Couple Vikings there to try and make the attempt on that one. Hit goes to the back row and Pareto. Tuiana stuffed at the net. She had to make an adjustment on that one and couldn't get anything behind it. Timeout for the Saints head coach Dan Benke as his squad has had their worst set start of the evening, afternoon, whatever it is. And they've fallen behind 4-1. We'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network. Back here, 4-1, the scoreline. Western has the lead. These fifth sets go by so quickly. This is our only 5-set match that we've had at Marcus Pavilion this year. The Saints hosted one non-conference game. It was an interdivisional matchup with Linfield University. That one went a quick 3. And the most we've had other than that is 4. We've had that a couple times. We have not had a 5th set. This is our first in the final game. Garten is rejected at the net. 5-1 scoreline. See this Western Washington squad growing up throughout this season. This might be one of the prime examples of it as that serve goes just long. Point Saints, they needed a service error there to get them some momentum. Maddie Gooding will serve. She has 3 aces today. Needs one here. Quick hitter. That one is scuffed, kind of popped high. Garten dug up by Clays, coming the other way. Spear gets it. Pareto flying to the floor to get it. Garten goes off. It hits the antenna. I thought that took a deflection off the block there, but it was the antenna. That time, just be a little bit off. If it looked like that, could have been a Saints point without. Once we get to 8 points, the teams will switch sides. So there'll be a brief intermission for that. Halstead. Soto to Soha. Soha again will go over. It is called 4 touches. That one looked like a block. Timeout from Dan Benke here. Apparently went off the top of the tape rather than a block there. We'll take a quick break on the Saints Digital Network as the Saints use their second timeout, down 7-2. Back here, it is 7-2, the scoreline. Pareto to Soto to Garten. Garten with the kill. Saints needed that one. They need everyone they can get right now. Down by 4, 1st to 15. Next point for Western Washington. Will have the squads change sides. Tahani Yamashita will serve. Not the best of receptions there. Spear will give a free ball over. Pretty good one. Soha will go attack, try and find the back row, and a miscommunication. Bad time to have that. Soto will go up to Garten. Garten trying to go back row, but the setter is there to get it. Soha does a great job to adjust to it off of her deflection. Now coming the other way, it's Spear. Halstead is there. What a rally in a 5th set. Legs tired down the line. Point Saints. Emily Garten gets the kill. 4-7, the Saints trail. Wow. Tahani Yamashita will serve once again. Into the net. The service errors down the stretch here have to be killing Dan Benke and his staff. Just one too many of them. The fatigue of playing 5 sets. When I mentioned the Saints have not played a 5th set in this court all year. Saints will be hosting basketball next weekend, I mentioned. St. Martin's women's basketball team under new head coach Natalie Marlowe starts off on Friday. And they'll take on Sonoma State at 7:15 Friday night. 5 o'clock is the neutral side first game. We're back into it after the teams have changed sides. Soto up, Garten. Garten going back row, can't get it in there. Spear was there to dig it up. They attack the other way, stuffed. Soho on the block. Soha and Soto combine for it. Now Emily Garten in to serve in an 8-5 contest. She's going to jump it. Gets it down. Point for the Saints. Yeah, the dig was there, the reception was there, but it was not good enough as that one dropped off a shelf. Timeout, Western Washington. It's a 2-point lead for SMU. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Western Washington, St. Martin's on the Saints Digital Network. Hopefully, the seniors on the St. Martin's squad, which only one of them is out on the court right now, but hopefully they take a second to immerse themselves in the energy right now in their final games in Marcus Pavilion, because it is something else. Emily Garten, the freshman, will serve. Into the net. Point, Western. Sometimes you see when somebody's serving it really well and you have a good server, you see a timeout called there strategically, just in a sense of to kind of ice the server. And I think that the veteran coach, Diane Flick-Williams, was doing exactly that. Clays will serve the other way. That one dropped, and on the overpass nearly works out for Western, but Carlos Soto makes an impressive play to it. And now down to get it is Yamashita. Oh my goodness, Pareto kept it into play. They're going the other way now. This time still in place. Soha puts it over, and it's still going. And finally Western gets the kill. That is Abby May that comes up with the stab down. And we're going to get a challenge from head coach Dan Binke right now. When Dan Binke's doing this, they're challenging something, maybe challenging if somebody's in the net. I don't know how much of an argument there is for that. But the thing is, when you have a challenge in your pocket, sometimes the best thing to do when you don't have a timeout and you want a chance to talk to your team is to use the challenge. And maybe it's a point, maybe it isn't, but it works out as sort of a pseudo extra challenge. And maybe Dan Binke thought there was half of a shout to challenge something, but you could see he went straight to his team, and it's also trying to coach them up and allow them a chance to breathe. You don't want to get to a place where your back is too far against the wall. Not in this fifth set. Ten to 6, the scoreline. While our ref takes a look at it, we'll just take a quick break here on the Saints Digital Network. Saints right now up or down by 4 to Western Washington. We'll be right back. Welcome back here. The challenge was unsuccessful. I still don't know exactly what. Maybe it was a challenge, somebody's in the net. But like I said, I think it works out just as much as a pseudo timeout. And we'll see if that part of it can help the Saints. Halstead to Soto. High in the sky to Pareto. Pareto, oh, nice dive by Spear to get it. Attack coming the other way. Halstead on the reception. Short pass to Pareto. Pareto cooks it way long. Saints down by 5 now. No timeouts remaining for Dan Binke. I think he might have another challenge in there, so maybe he can try it again. But right now, Clay's serving has been a very good formula for Western Washington. Soha needed that. Get it. And it's 7-11. Jennifer Soha now up to serve. Floats that one. Oh, she took a touch on it. Clay's there, was caught in the middle. Should she go for it? Should she not? She went for it just enough in an unconfident manner to get caught, touch the ball, and it's out off of her. Tahani Yamashita nearly got the dig on that one, but it's a clean attack and kill by Abby May. Score goes to 12-8. This is nearly the reverse formula of how the Saints beat the Vikings in Bellingham. A hot start to the 5th set by the Saints. Got that one across the finish line. But they did have to fend off a late run by Western. Maddie Gooding missed time the jump, but still got something down. Now Clays will send up the attack, and it's blocked, maybe even not blocked. It's into the net. And down on the Western side of the court, Pareto and Gooding were there for it. Dan Binke trying to get the crowd fired up here as Carla Soto will serve. We're through one rotation for the Saints side. Soto started off this long 5th set with a serve. Going to be an attack, tipped it over, and it's down for a kill. A perfectly placed tip to make it 13-9. Saints need a run here. Serving is Ostrich, Devin Ostrich, the sophomore, playing in her hometown of Olympia, Washington. Cooks it long. 13-10. Serena Pareto will serve. Emily Garten in for Kayla May. She might have just stepped on the floor here competitively for the Saints for the last time in her career. Somebody didn't play a lot in the early going, but has had more playing time each year until this year when she has had career marks in all major categories. Service from Pareto is dealt with. Coming the other way, push to the back line. Pareto keeps it alive. Gooding will send it up to Garten. Garten attacks it on the back line. Ostrich gets to it. Another left side attack. Soto up to Gooding. Gooding gets it down for the kill. 13-11. Pareto on that one had that fist that she threw out there and somehow kept it alive. You don't see plays like that being made in the first and second set, but right now in the fifth set, with the Saints having their back against the wall, cannot allow any point to spare. Not going to get the best attack out of this one. Cook long from Delaney Spear. It is 12-13. Timeout from Western Washington. Everybody in this gym can feel the pressure of this contest. It could go either way right now. The Saints down by 1. Both sides have looked like they were going to lose it and win it about 1,000 times, and somehow it's worked out where here we are in the fifth set between St. Martin's University and Western Washington University. Western Washington has a 13-12 lead in this set. The sets, of course, are tied at 2 apiece, and if you did not hear me earlier saying, it is 1st to 15 in this set, win by 2. So right now, Western Washington is 2 points away. And if they get an extra point, they at least guarantee that it will go to extra points, if not them winning. Saints are coming out here again. Serena Pareto will serve. What an atmosphere in Marcus Pavilion here. Serena Pareto will serve for the Western Washington defense. She gets clearance from the up ref. Quick attack by the middle hitter, but Pareto can deal with it on the other side. That ball's going to go over, and Tuiana, what a play that she makes, and boom goes the dynamite just wide. Now we are at set and match point for Western Washington. You can see in the foreground there possibly the groan from Emily Garten, who was disappointed with herself. She put a lot on that one, but just watch. Serve coming from Anna Vanderjacht. Pareto to Soto. Soto to Garten. It just goes on the Saints side. They keep it alive, and it's called a mishandled set by St. Martin's after they did all they could to scoop that one up off the block, off the top of the net. That'll do it. A 15-12 final here in set number 5. What a match between St. Martin's and Western Washington. We'll take a quick break on the St. Martin's Digital Network, the Saints Digital Network here. We will talk very shortly to Dan Benke. He should be able to summarize up a little bit about the seniors that we saluted in the Senior Day ceremony pregame, as well as kind of a wrap on the home schedule. Saints do have 2 games upcoming, but we'll kind of talk a little bit about big picture things from Dan Benke in this historic season for St. Martin's volleyball. Again, stick around. We've got a post-game interview with Dan Benke coming right up. Scott Gladstone here with head coach Dan Benke after the exciting 5-set game between Western Washington. Ended up as a loss. Coach, first of all, it was a marathon, and it looked like both teams were going to win and lose it about 10 times throughout that contest. What can you say about just the effort from both sides, especially after you guys played a marathon up there in Bellingham too, so both sides knew it was going to be a rough one.
No doubt. I mean, we knew it was going to be a battle. Western Washington is a nationally recognized program year in and year out, and Diane is just one of the best coaches in the country. She has built something special for the past 20-plus years that she's been there. So a lot of respect for them, and they deserve this win. And at the same time, we were right there, and proud of our group as well. And, we're going to continue to work and continue to get better. That's our goal. And I told them that, it sucks to lose, but when you put yourself in the arena and you are putting in all this work, when you play at this level, there is a shot that you could lose. There is that possibility. And so it just didn't go our way, and we're going to look at the season's not done, so we got more work to do. But before I go on even more, all glory to God for this season. Father's hand has been on just keeping us safe throughout the year, and just keeping us safe enough that we have been able to put some things together that has been really, really special this year. So just keeping things in perspective, even though it's a loss, all glory to him.
You talk about the season ahead. This is the end of the home schedule, but you guys will still be on the road next week. What do you look to get from those games against Seattle Pacific and Montana State Billings?
We want to keep improving. SPU is, seems, I would say, running away with the title, but it's very, very close, and it looks like they're about to do it. And, we want to be competitive, which we will be, and we're just not afraid either. I expect it to be a great match. Jason's done an amazing job over there as well. Their defense is outstanding. Yeah. So, offensively, we got to be sharp and really ready for what they have in the front row there.
But before, I'm going to ask you about your seniors in a second, because this is senior day and we have a chance to honor them before the game. But first, one of the numbers that I loved from this year's team, and you talked about it a little bit last interview on Thursday night about how the women on this team have shown what being a good student athlete is on and off the court and in the classroom. There's 7 returners, 7 people that were eligible for all academic, and it was a week or two ago that came out. But what does that mean to you to just show, hey, that every eligible player to be all academic did the work in the classroom to make sure that they were ready to play and ready to be part of this team?
It's great. It feels great to see them succeed in the classroom. We actually don't have mandatory study hall here on campus because they handle their business. Yeah. Now, we monitor it pretty close, so if we feel like some people are might not be doing as well, then we line up tutors and things like that. But as far as team, collective, mandatory study hall, I don't implement that. We do that on the road, though. We do, I put that in the itinerary. We have our dedicated study time. But when they leave St. Martin's, I'm not going to be there to create the schedule for them, to push them, and to say, hey, you need to do this. Like, they need to develop intrinsic kinds of motivation to be ready and have good time management and to set up, what's best for you to study. Is it better to go to Starbucks or is it better to study in your room? I want them to figure that out. They got to find what works for them.
And the big connection to that is that one of my favorite parts of senior day is hearing what the goals are for after. Because, at Division II women's volleyball, the next goal is to go out and be a successful member of the community, whether it's in the Lacey, Olympia, Tumwater area, whether it's going out across the country or doing whatever. And so one of the exciting things is just to hear what those goals are before. I think this senior class is a great, diverse group of people that want to accomplish a lot of different things. When you think about Maddie, Carla, Ashley, and Kayla, what will you remember about the senior class? Especially, Kayla and Maddie were a part of your inaugural year, I believe, right? That awkward spring COVID season. Yeah. And to go from one win that spring to breaking every single record in the book this year, what does this senior class mean to you?
They're a special group, as I alluded to, a couple of nights ago. But the way they handle themselves, they're mature for their age. So if you met them, elsewhere, you'd say that maybe they're in their mid-20s or, and they each of them they are great at what they do. They come to work on time. They come to practice on time. They are focused. They're putting in outlier hours, so they're putting additional time in. And they understand what's really important in life. And so they have great balance. We encourage a social life. It's not just all volleyball. It's not just all academics. You got to connect with family. You got to connect with friends. And all of that's important. It's a lot of juggling when you're a student athlete, but it's a huge part of the process, and they do that very, very well.
And finally, a lot of teams have kind of mantras that they get behind. I don't know if I've ever heard a team that has kind of got behind the BTK, the believe, trust, know, correct?
Yeah.
As much as, it's often kind of recycled in a way back to me when I'm interviewing them and everything. And Carla put it at one point that said, we believe in each other, we trust in each other, and now we're just knowing what we're going to do.
Right.
For you, when you talk to this team about BTK, what does that mean to you?
That is something that was designed by our mental performance coach, Rafael Colon. He's worked 16 years with the Seattle Mariners. I think he's currently working with the Chicago White Sox. He works with us. He's given us that acronym, and it just helps us understand, because you could believe all day long. I mean, we believe that we could come back, in a deficit of down 5 or 6, but until you know that you can do it, it's a different story, because anyone can just believe it. Yeah. But you have to really have a determination and a knowing that these things are possible. And they've proven that this year, being down 20-10 against Alaska Fairbanks weeks ago, and then them just coming back. And I told them in that huddle, you just have to know that it's possible. Doesn't mean that it'll happen automatically, but if you can believe, trust, and know that it's possible, you really can give yourself a shot. And you can't let doubt creep in. That's huge. That's huge. And they are following that mantra. BTK, that is not a team mantra. That is an individual mantra. Everyone's on their individual journey. And it's up to them to put in the work with mental skills. Mental skills are a part of the game, just like volleyball is, nutrition, sleep, all of those things are a factor. And mental skills, they are killing it this year. I was just so proud of this group by doing that.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Coach.
Yes.
Congratulations on the end of the regular season here at home, and best of luck as you finish out the regular season
next week. And I appreciate
next
all of the highlights and things that you've been putting together for our group. It's been outstanding, an awesome year. The job's not done.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you. Good luck next week. Final score of this contest, it was 3-2. Western Washington gets the win over St. Martin's in a really exciting battle between the Vikings and the Saints. For all of us here at the Saints Digital Network, including our statisticians Ibrahim Mustafa and David Cano, our stream producers and videographers Sydney Henderson and Ali Campagato. My name is Scott Gladstone. Please have a great rest of your evening. Stay safe out there.